right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and our home team. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone.
But that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Ready. Send over.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Ready.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Keenan Allen there to make the grab. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up first and 10 at their own 21. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. On play action, Haskins. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Chris Harris on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And all the way down to the 39. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 43 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into third and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. They went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Was trying to get it to Darius Geis out of the backfield, but it'll be second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the year.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Joker. Sit.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
I know he ain't got it. Shoot.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Check.
He'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Set, ready. 18 Gator. 52. General West.
Back to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. The intended receiver there, Allen. On first down, this is Geis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find his running back, Geis. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready, ready. 15, line. 15 line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll drop the throw. And it'll be intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on, set. 50, planks. 5.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
You got it. You got it.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you because...
Now a hit and a loose football. It's going the other way. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. 2nd and 14. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
That's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 12.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And this is complete. It's Allen. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Watch the eye.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Austin Eckler, his third touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 10, touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll get this to Eckler. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up first and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground with Geis. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Look at me, Zipper!
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Hey, stand up.
Third down, here's Geis. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll set up a throw. This is brought in by Gibson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Mike Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
30 base. 61. Matchbox light. Clear. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Ready.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Hey, team 6.
Now back to throw. Complete. Richardson has it. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 45-yard line. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Needs something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
Set 50, plant.
Bring me up. Here we go.
And ready.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
18 gainer, recon, 132 fighter.
Show it up.
Switch. Yep. Hey, Alpha.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Watch the run.
Blue draw Corker.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Please dribble. Please dribble.
On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll set up to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's got some space here. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his third touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Redskins 28, Aftersh0cks 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Running on first down, Eckler. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
He's got a man, that's Keenan Allen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from you.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. That's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Back to the ground on first, it's Geis. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Troy Apke, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter coming.